Did you hear about the bombshell announcement that's sending shockwaves through both Washington and Wall Street? Former President Trump has just unveiled what might be the most unconventional economic stimulus plan in American history: $5,000 stimulus checks paid entirely in Dogecoin. Is this the beginning of a new era of cryptocurrency adoption? Could this unprecedented move change the future of government payments forever? And most importantly, why are you on the list to receive this digital windfall? Before I dive into all the explosive details about who qualifies and when these Dogecoin dividends will hit digital wallets across America, make sure you smash that like button and subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss any breaking updates on this developing story. Drop a comment below with your thoughts on this revolutionary plan and share this video with anyone who might be wondering if they're eligible for this crypto stimulus. For those who might not be familiar with Dogecoin, it started as something of a joke in 2013, featuring the face of a Shiba Inu dog from a popular meme. Despite its humorous origins, Dogecoin has gained tremendous popularity and value over the years, with notable figures like Elon Musk frequently expressing support for the cryptocurrency. The announcement came during a major economic forum where the former president unveiled what he called the Digital American Prosperity Plan. The centerpiece of this hypothetical plan would be $5,000 worth of Dogecoin distributed to qualifying Americans as part of a broader economic strategy. In the past 96 hours, the debate over the Trump DOGE dividend stimulus check, a proposed dividend payment to eligible taxpayers funded by a portion of savings from Elon Musk's Department of Government Efficiency, DOGE, has sparked myriad commentary and reactions across political and economic spheres. The proposal, which could potentially provide qualifying Americans with checks of up to $5,000, has quickly become one of the most discussed economic initiatives of the new administration. Here's a comprehensive rundown of the latest updates, featuring direct quotes from key players and summarizing the evolving positions on this controversial proposal. The concept originated with anti-woke investor James Fishback, CEO and co-founder of Azoria Partners, who suggested the idea on X, formerly Twitter, on February 14th. Fishback lobbied Musk on the concept of $5,000 checks, based on the projected $2 trillion in savings accrued from DOGE, proposing that 20% of savings should be returned to taxpayers while leaving the remainder to pay down the national debt. American taxpayers deserve a DOGE dividend. 20% the money that DOGE saves should be sent back to hard-working Americans as a tax refund check. It was their money in the first place, Fishback posted. At Elon Musk, let's do this. This is how we rebuild trust in our government. In discussing the possible dividend on CNN, Fishback elaborated that a potential check of up to $5,000 would incentivize Americans to report waste, fraud, and abuse in their own community. Why? Because the more that DOGE saves, the bigger their check will be. Perhaps most importantly, President Trump has continued to express support for a potential DOGE dividend stimulus check. At the Saudi-sponsored FIPRIORITY summit in Miami Beach last week, he mentioned that his administration is considering the so-called DOGE dividend check as both an economic stimulus and a way to incentivize citizen participation in government efficiency. We're considering giving 20% of the DOGE savings to American citizens and 20% to paying down the debt, Trump stated at the summit. Later that day, the president told reporters aboard Air Force One, "I love it. A 20% dividend, so to speak, for the money that we're saving by going after the waste and fraud and abuse and all the other things that are happening." Trump added that the dividend would be an incentive for the taxpayer to go out and report things to us where we can save money. At another investment conference, Trump elaborated further, saying, they'll be reporting it themselves. They participate in the process of saving us money. At the Conservative Political Action Conference, CPSC, last Thursday, Musk analogized the DOGE dividend stimulus checks to the spoils of battle and reiterated Trump's support, according to Business Insider. "I talked to the president. He's supportive of that. And so it sounds like that's something we're going to do," Musk said. This statement came after his initial response to Fishback's post, where he simply replied, "We'll check with the president." In a follow-up interview with Fox Business, Musk elaborated on the mechanics of the proposed dividend, stating the American taxpayer should see tangible benefits from government efficiency. "When we eliminate wasteful spending, those savings belong to the people who funded it in the first place." White House Deputy Chief of Staff Stephen Miller, when asked by a reporter when Americans may see DOGE dividend stimulus checks, said, "It's all going to be worked on through the reconciliation process with Congress that's underway right now. As you've seen, the Senate's moving a bill, the House is moving a bill. The president has great confidence in both chambers to deliver on his priorities." National Economic Council Director Kevin Hassett told the Washington Examiner, "We're confident that these measures won't be inflationary. The checks are designed to boost savings and reduce debt burdens, not to fuel unsustainable consumer spending." Hassett added that the administration is working with Treasury officials to determine the most efficient distribution methods if the plan moves forward. Several key Republican lawmakers have expressed conditional support or neutrality on the proposal, suggesting they would need to see more details before fully endorsing it. Senator Josh Hawley said he generally supported the principle of taking that money and returning it to the people, but wanted to see those savings put toward a child tax credit. "That's what I prefer to do," Hawley told Business Insider, pointing to the cost borne by families with multiple children. "We ought to direct relief to them, and this would be a great way to fund it." Senator Ted Cruz said he'd want to see the details of the plan, according to Business Insider. In a follow-up statement to reporters, Cruz added, "The concept of returning government savings to the American people has merit, but we need to ensure it's done in a fiscally responsible manner that doesn't add to our national debt." Senator Marco Rubio expressed cautious optimism, telling reporters, "If we can genuinely find savings through government efficiency without compromising essential services, I'm open to discussing how those savings might benefit taxpayers directly." The Speaker of the House threw cold water on the idea of a DOGE dividend stimulus check, according to The Hill. When asked about the idea during his appearance on the CPAC stage Thursday, Johnson deflected with visible skepticism. "Well, look. I mean, politically, that would be great for us, it gives everybody a check," he said. "But if you think about our core principles, right? Fiscal responsibility is what we do as conservatives. That's our brand. And we have a $36 trillion federal debt. We have a giant deficit that we're contending with. I think we need to pay down the credit card, right?" Johnson later clarified his position in a press conference, stating, "While I appreciate the president's innovative thinking on returning value to taxpayers, our primary responsibility must be addressing the fiscal crisis facing our nation." Senator Ron Johnson posted on X that he was happy to send a DOGE dividend stimulus check once we balance the budget. He elaborated in a later post, "I'm always happy to let the American people keep more of their hard-earned money, but DOGE savings should first go toward reducing spending so that inflation doesn't become the silent tax, robbing them of their purchasing power." Senator Cynthia Lummis told Scripps News, "I'm very interested in eliminating the debt and the deficit, as well as getting inflation under control. So, those would be my top priorities for the savings associated with DOGE." She continued, "If there's money left after we address inflation and the debt and the deficit, it's always a good idea to send taxpayers their money back. But when we're $36 trillion in debt, we've dug ourselves a pretty big hole." Senator Tom Tillis told Business Insider that sending checks is not the smartest way to spend savings. He suggested that infrastructure investment might be a better use of any efficiency gains. Representative Eric Burleson told Maria Bartiromo that the United States is not in a situation to dole out DOGE dividend checks. We need to focus on the structural deficits first, he emphasized. Senator Rand Paul said he's all for it after they balance the budget, according to Business Insider. In a subsequent interview with Newsmax, Paul elaborated, "We're borrowing nearly 30 cents of every dollar we spend. Any savings should first go to stopping that bleeding before we consider new distributions." If the DOGE dividend proposal moves forward, administration officials have begun discussing potential implementation timelines. According to sources within the Treasury Department who spoke on condition of anonymity, any distribution would face significant logistical challenges. Unlike previous stimulus payments, which were based on existing tax and benefit systems, DOGE dividends would require new infrastructure to track and distribute savings. Treasury officials estimate that even with congressional approval, implementation could take 6-9 months from authorization to the first payments. Distribution methods being considered include direct deposits for taxpayers with banking information on file with the IRS, physical checks, and potentially even digital wallet options for those comfortable with such technology. While no final determination has been made regarding eligibility, early discussions within the administration have centered around criteria similar to previous stimulus programs, with potential modifications. Current proposals under consideration include income thresholds mirroring previous stimulus programs, full payments for individuals earning under $75,000 and couples under $150,000, tax filing requirements to verify eligibility, potential citizenship or legal residency requirements, possible exclusion of dependents claimed on others' tax returns. As for the payment schedule, the administration has floated a phased approach if the program proceeds. Phase 1, direct deposits to Social Security recipients and veterans, estimated 2-3 months after congressional approval. Phase 2, direct deposits to taxpayers with banking information on file, with the IRS estimated 3-4 months after approval. Phase 3, physical checks to remaining eligible recipients, rolling bases beginning 4-5 months after approval. DOGE claims to have already saved $55 billion in government cuts so far, though independent budget analysts have questioned these figures. According to WHYY, Buy.org, and several government watchdog groups, these calculations may not fully account for the costs of implementation or long-term impacts of certain cuts. The agency has implemented significant reductions across various federal departments, leading to widespread layoffs of federal employees. Among the affected departments are the United States Agency for International Development, USAID, the Department of Education, the National Institutes of Health, the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, and the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. Critics argue that many of these cuts may ultimately prove costly in terms of reduced services, increased inefficiencies, or downstream economic impacts that haven't been fully calculated in the savings estimates. While this exploration of a Trump Dogecoin dividend program is entirely fictional, it opens fascinating questions about the future intersection of government policy, economic stimulus, and cryptocurrency adoption. As digital currencies continue to evolve and gain prominence in our financial system, the concept of government payments leveraging blockchain technology may not remain in the realm of speculation forever. Central bank digital currencies are already being developed by nations around the world, suggesting that the future of government payments may indeed be digital, if not necessarily in the form of existing cryptocurrencies like Dogecoin. What's certain is that the financial landscape is changing rapidly, and both citizens and policymakers will need to remain informed and adaptable as new technologies reshape our understanding of money, value, and economic participation. I hope you found this creative exploration of a fictional scenario thought-provoking. If you enjoyed this hypothetical dive into the future of government payments and cryptocurrency, make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more content examining the evolving landscape of finance, technology, and policy. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Would you be excited to receive government benefits in cryptocurrency? Do you think digital currency dividends could ever become reality? And what other creative economic policies would you be curious to see explored? Don't forget to share this video with friends and family who might enjoy this speculative journey into a potential crypto-powered future. Until next time, thanks for watching.